Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and today we have a final injury report for both teams before the week 1 matchup, and let me just say it doesn't look too good for both sides. So if you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. It definitely does look worse for the Eagles, but let's get into Washington's injury report first. And I've done this in the last couple of days, but it got updated today, and a couple of you guys were asking me in my mentions, so I wanted to do it. It's going to be a quick video, and then we'll talk about the game in a couple minutes. But this is the final injury report for the Washington football team. So, Thomas Davis is listed as out. That is not a big blow, but it is a little bit of a blow right there. He brings out veteran leadership, but that probably means that Cole Holcomb's going to get a lot of playing time, and obviously Kevin Pierre-Louis, all the listed starters are going to get some playing time. But the bigger news is Kendall Fuller is listed as doubtful. That is not good news at all right there. Kendall Fuller was our biggest signing in free agency. We gave him about $10 million per year, and he's supposed to be our best corner, and he's going to be out, which really does suck because he's been hurt for the last couple weeks, probably 3 weeks, hasn't been practicing. He's been limited he's been limited the last few days, but still isn't likely to play. Doubtful usually almost always means that they're not going to play, but keep a lookout for possibly him to be upgraded to questionable today or even tomorrow. We'll see on Sunday. That's something to take a look on. And then Sadiq Charles is listed as questionable, so maybe he's just an inactive tomorrow or on Sunday. That's probably a possibility. Probably week 2 he will be ready. Jonathan Allen is a full go. That's good news. And same with Antonio Gandy-Golden. They are both full goes. They're going to be healthy and good to go. So that is good news right there. Obviously, the Kendall Fuller news absolutely stings. We're going to have to rely on probably Ronald Darby, Fabian Moreau on the outside, and then Jimmy Moreland on the inside. And again, her cornerback depth isn't good in general, but with Kendall Fuller out, it even makes it worse because now you got you got Jimmy Moreland, Fabian Moreau, and Ronald Darby, and then after that, you get to Stroman and Danny Johnson. So we do not want those guys on the field for a long time, but we'll see how it goes. Their receiving core isn't the best, but it also isn't bad. They still have some decent tight ends. Obviously, the corners aren't going to be covering them most of the time, but they have Jalen Reagor, who is gonna play this week, and then most likely gonna play this week. They obviously have Deshaun Jackson, so they still have some speedy receivers. So here's a full injury update, and then we'll look at another person saying so. We'll just look at this one right here. So, Javon Hargrave, who is a really good defensive tackle for them, who they signed in free agency, probably their best guy on the defensive front besides Fletcher Cox. He is out, and then also Alshon Jeffrey is out. So those two were expected, but that's 2 huge blows to their team. Alshon Jeffrey is still a pretty decent receiver, and Javon Hargrave is a very good defensive tackle. Questionable. These are the big ones that possibly could. These 3 players right here, 3 players are probably going to decide the game if they play or not. Derek Barnett, who is another guy that, if he doesn't play, that's going to help out our offensive line a lot. He's a decent edge rusher. Then you got their really good Pro Bowl right tackle in Lane Johnson. If he doesn't play, that means you got Jason Peters, who's been playing. Obviously, he has so much experience at left tackle, but he might be a little bit rusty. So, because he played a lot of guard in training camp, I doubt it, but you absolutely never know, and he's getting older. He's 38, 39 years old. So you have him on one side, and if Lane Johnson isn't playing, you got Matt Pryor. And they might be like, we're playing Washington. Let's not take a huge risk with Lane Johnson. Let's not have him aggravate his ankle and be out for an extended period of time, which is smart, and they could possibly not play him. And then the next player is Miles Sanders, their star rookie or second year now running back. He has really good potential, and we'll see what happens with him. It was reported that he was probably going to be limited we'll see. Either way, that is a big blow to them because behind him they got Boston Scott. So their injury situation is looking a lot worse than ours. I mean, we just have Kendall Fuller, who's doubtful, and Thomas Davis, who's out. They already have 2 confirmed players out, and both players are high impact players. Questionable, they have 2 really good players, 1 decent player. So they have a lot of injury issues right now, which could end up helping us. Obviously, if they lose, they can't use the injury excuse. I mean, we always have injuries. It's a part of the game, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So I think it should be a very good game. Division games, at least almost always, are close at some point in the game, and I think we could definitely win this, especially if Lane Johnson, Miles Sanders, and Derek Barnett are out, because those are 3 very high quality impact players. So yeah, and then Kendall Fuller being out, like I said earlier, it does suck. Or not out, but probably 80% chance he's out. Usually when players are placed on doubtful, they're going to be out, obviously. But like I said, keep an eye out on it possibly being switched to questionable. That could be something, and possibly he plays. Who knows, though? He's been dealing with this a lot, and Ron Rivera has seemed to kind of be cautious with injuries this offseason. So, I really doubt that Kendall Fuller plays. But good news about AGG, good news about Jonathan Allen, and yeah, Thomas Davis was somewhat expected. And hopefully, though, he can be back for next week. And yeah, you have a lot of injuries though. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. I will most likely be live streaming tomorrow, so come through probably later in the afternoon, 6 o'clock-ish. So peace.